You know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Certainly, I promise you this is going to be worth the wait because our guest, surprisingly, has a number of announcements and a number of announcements that you are not going to see coming totally out of left field here. He has had quite a resume. He's got arguably the best Claymore in the business. He is in the Indies. He has done it pretty much all. Championships, five-star matches, you name it. He is no stranger to Sportswire Radio. And it sounds like this time we're going to be really excited to have him back and some. He needs no further introduction, but because this is his first solo show in quite a while, he needs that introduction that he so everly deserves. So with that, without further ado here on the Sports Report, number one global sports show, the real deal, Anthony Steele. My friend, long time no speak.
Yes, sir. It's good to be back.
Good to be back. I didn't know if we were going to be back because I got to be honest, the last 2.5 days, as I was telling you off the air, I think somebody was trying to poison me because I've had like the worst stomach virus I've had in almost like at least 10 or 12 years. But we're here because we always want to soldier on because Anthony Steele, you have a lot to get off your chest here. This is going to be a little different than what some people are going to expect here. So I want to start off here and talk about something that happened recently that you might have won, from a company called Grand Slam, and kind of cements why they might call you the real deal.
Yes, sir. NOCW Grand Stage was a night. I'll say it. It was a night. But it was an interesting night because Anthony Steele had the opportunity of a lifetime. Just 3 matches with NLCW, busting my ass, proving them that I am the real deal around here. And, it came to the time where they looked at me and they were like, what's going to happen? What's going to be next for Anthony Steele with NLCW? And I told him, I was like, look, man, there's only one road that is going to lead down, and that's championship roads. And so it just so happened that dream came true, and we went down that road because at Grand Stage, at NOCW Grand Stage, Anthony Steele became the new First Blood champion. It was a night where turns happened, sightings with random people that no one expected happened, and Anthony Steele got to show the world and show West Memphis, Arkansas, what I'm really capable of. Because when I stepped in that ring, when I showed that dude that it was time for him to step down off his high horse, that's what happened, man. He got put on his back, and then I just didn't think it was enough. So while he was still on the ground, he thought he was going to get up, and I'm not going to let that happen anymore. I'm tired of people walking over me. I'm tired of people downing on me. I am as Tom Bryce would say, the indie darling. And the only way that I can make that known is by doing what I want and doing what I told everyone I was going to do. And that is win championships, make a name for myself, and be the biggest superstar ever seen. And now that I got championship gold around my waist, who's going to stop me?
That's a good question. I don't know that answer, but I have to say something else. First of all, congratulations, the real deal. You have certainly proven why. Listen, promoter after promoter, whether they like you or not, is always going to say you are one of the top talents in this sport. There is no question about that. But you said a number of different things, and I want to go back to something. Did you feel like winning this First Blood Championship at NOCW, that you were trying to prove something, prove a point to a lot of people out there that have been talking different things about you these last several weeks? I mean, talk to me about that.
You see, the way I look at it is, let's put championships aside. You know, as a lot of people say, championships don't make the man makes the championship.
I heard that on yesterday's show.
and best believe I'm gonna make the First Blood Championship bigger, better, and badder than the fucking NOCW All-Star Championship. I'm gonna bet you on that one. And let's put a little limelight on some things. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Whether y'all love me or y'all hate me, I'm going to tell you one thing. You got to acknowledge what I've done. You got to understand that when it comes to wrestling in the backyard, the indie scene, the pro scene, it doesn't matter. When I step foot in that ring, there's one thing in mind, and that is being the best wrestler I can be. And that's what I accomplish every single time. Whether it's win, lose, or draw, Anthony Steele gives it 110. No, fuck that. 220%. As soon as I step in that ring, as soon as that bell rings, I promise you, you're going to get the best match out of me that I am capable of putting on that night. And whether people want to say, oh, I forgot my roots, or you just don't have it anymore, I will always have it, and I will never forget where I came from. But that's the number one thing that y'all got to understand, is where I have been is just a start of where I'm going.
No question about all of that. There is no question that you have always had the talent. There is no question, as I said in the intro, arguably best Claymore in the business. But I have to ask you, I mean, you know, where do we go next in NOCW? You've got this First Blood Championship. You've done a lot in a short amount of time at NOCW. So where do we go next in NOCW?
Where do we go next? That's not even a question. It's keeping this gold around my waist, and again, proving to everyone out there that said I couldn't do it, that my attitude was going to get in the way. Dude, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. There's not a damn thing that's going to stop me from achieving everything I've set out to do. Which leads me, Tom, to one of the surprises. So, August 28th, WWE Monday Night Raw will be in Memphis, Tennessee. And Anthony Steele kind of got sent a link.
Oh, you got a link
to file for a WWE tryout.
Oh, well, wait. Time out. We're not talking about you, the real deal Anthony Steele, getting a ticket, maybe a complimentary ticket. Maybe they saw that First Blood Championship. Maybe they wanted to reenact memories of the hardcore legend McFoley. Repeat that again for those that are listening and watching here on Sportswire Radio.
Anthony Steele filled out the paperwork, sent in the invitation. All Anthony Steele is waiting to hear an answer back. If Anthony Steele has the opportunity, the shot of a lifetime to show what he does best, and that is the art of professional wrestling for the grandest stage and company of them all, the WWE.
I've heard of that company, but you know, and what's interesting, Monday Night Raw, you know, Drew McIntyre is on Monday Night Raw. Maybe is it possible, Mr. Steele, we could see maybe, I don't know, Claymore versus Claymore? Who's got the best Claymore in the business? Yeah. Claymore leaves Claymore match, or loser stops using Claymore? I mean, what do you say to all that, the real deal Anthony Steele?
I mean, I'm going to keep it as real as it can be, like I always do. You know, I know going into this tryout, you know, showing the producers and the management teams and the enhancement talent teams of WWE is going to be, you know, it's going to be hard.
Very hard.
Exactly. I got to prepare. I got to study. I got to make sure that if this opportunity is presented to me, that I have to be at the top of my game. And everybody, I'm going to say this. If Anthony Steele goes to WWE and Anthony Steele and Drew McIntyre go face-to-face, I'm going to tell you this right now. Hey, TVW, this is a little shout-out to y'all. That 24,000 likes on that Claymore video y'all have on your TikTok, well, picture that, but times that by like 20 or 30 times that. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. If me and Drew McIntyre ever get into that spot, anytime, any place, anywhere, dude, it would be a dream come true. that is one dude that I've watched. I've watched his career from when he first started to now. And it's something that would be awesome.
Maybe he's going to pass the torch to you. Maybe he's going to say, you know what? I've had a great career in WWE. I've accomplished it all. I led the company in the COVID era, and he sees Anthony Steele, the realest guy in the room, the indie darling, and the NOCW First Blood champion. And we're going to say, you know what? I'm going to move to the side, and I'm going to pass the torch and give it to Anthony Steele to continue with the Claymore.
Hey, look, if that happens, which I highly doubt, I'm not even going to cap. I'm going to be humble about it. I know that ain't going to happen, but that'd be cool. But I know it's going to take a couple tries for me. I'm not saying that I can't do it. I'm going to say, it's up to them. I'm just taking a shot at a dream. I'm taking a shot at the biggest dream of my life.
Let's talk about this seriously. And I know people, they've got comments. I know people certainly. Your name comes up. It always comes up with different opinions. But I'm going to take your side on this here for a change. I'm going to be with you, Anthony Steele. And I want to ask you, so what are you going to do? Who are you going to talk to in order to prepare for this moment? I got it. You're the NOCW First Blood champion. I got it. You're the indie darling. I got it. You're the real deal. I've got all those things. I've seen you in TBW. I've seen you in multiple companies. I've seen you in the IMF. I know what you're capable of in the ring. But this is a different animal. To go up here and be in this tryout 2 weeks from now, next week from now, actually, to be, as a matter of fact.
Hopefully.
Right.
It's not guaranteed.
Okay, but you got to go into this and prepare as if you're going to get that tryout. So what advice are you asking? Who are you talking to prepare you for this hopeful opportunity?
Little known fact, I don't know if you know him, AJ Gallant from
yes,
WCW.
Yes, I have.
AJ Gallant got his personal phone number, man. Got him in my phone. I'm going to sit there, have a conversation with him, get some advice. It's one of those things where
I was thinking Craven Rage you were going to call maybe.
No, I'm good. And this at this point, it ain't about shooting on nobody. It's
good.
Basically, it's being as real as I can be.
You're going to turn over a new leaf here because listen, Triple H and Stephanie and everybody else in that company could be watching. It could be a whole list of people could be watching you right now. The whole world is going to be watching what you say, especially between now and hopefully the 28th of August.
See, that's my thing, man. It's like. I know it's not guaranteed. I got the little information. If they want me to come for a tryout, I can. They'll send me an email 4 to 6 weeks before the tryout even happens. So it's not a guaranteed tryout. It's just I'm putting my foot in the door. I know, really, if you want to be technical, my first indie match was a year ago. It was the first time Anthony Steele ever stepped foot on the indies. I know I'm new to this. I know, but. You can't down yourself if you don't try. You can't hurt yourself if you don't try.
Well, you'll never know. Listen, there's a point to be made. Listen, I speak with college basketball players all the time, college coaches, professional athletes. I've spoken to a lot of them, right, over my 5 years. And you have to have a certain mindset, but you are not known for this type of mindset. You have to turn over, in my opinion, in order for this to work. I'm a believer in karma. I'm a believer in that you've got to turn over a new leaf. Maybe tonight is the start of, as Paula Abdul famously sang, promise of a new day. Maybe it's promise of a new day for Anthony Steele, that the future looks a lot brighter than it did before, and you have to change a little bit with it in order, because now that people are going to be watching you. And let's say if WWE says, you know what, we don't want to go with you. There's Tony Khan. There's Court Bauer in MLW. There's Anthem Inc. in Impact Wrestling. There's
talking about MLW. I got SP the Ghost on my Instagram. Personally met him, sat down, had a conversation with him.
Well, Vito Fratelli, who came on the show Monday, he wrestled the longtime MLW champion. You might have heard of him, Alexander Hammerstone. So if you really want real advice, I will give you Mr. Fratelli's personal information. I will do that because I like you. And I want to see you succeed because I want to see everybody that comes onto Sportswire succeed. So if you really want to turn over this new leaf, this change, man, like I say, promise of a new day, maybe instead of the real deal Anthony Steele, it's the born again Anthony Steele. Because to me, you have almost been baptized in the water. You have now changed. You have now showing that you want to turn over this new leaf. So if you want to go into a new road, we can maybe help you get there if that's something you want.
Hey, I want all the advice, all the encouragement, everything that I can get going into this. And it's like I said, it's a big step that I'm gonna take.
Good.
And I'm not gonna sit here and flaunt ego. I'm not gonna be the normal Anthony.
Well, people
Steele
are
that y'all,
expecting that tonight. You have a lot of people right now in the comments that
oh, dude, trust me.
Some of it.
Hey, look, I'm reading the comments as we're going through this. I'm literally reading these comments. Look, guys, I'm gonna be not Anthony.
Well, to be fair, and we love the wild card Jason Storm, our RBW champion. He actually had to get his internet working, and if you kind of heard me at the beginning of the show, I have been the worst I have felt in like over 10 years. I almost never get sick, so I have to tell you, it's a miracle I'm even doing the show right now. Shame he's late from our friends over at IMF. Our coach Craven says this show's still going to happen. Not very professional for an indie guy. This is before we came on the air. And he's fired. His reputation speaks for itself. Here we go. The really late Steele. But that's the point here. The point is that people, listen, you've got to want to prove people that it's different now. You've got to want to prove to people that you've got the talent. Listen, off the air, I'll speak with people, and they'll always say, no matter what they think about you, Anthony Steele, I will never take away his talent. I will never take away what he can do in this ring. You've got to go now and start to prove people that you really are this changed man. I'm serious.
That's my thing. And guys, I'm almost say this. Late.
And you can't blame some of these people, though, that have been going after you because they've got, listen, Omen and Soldier, you've got an interesting history with them. You got a history with Jason Storm. You got Coach Craven. You and him have been going back and forth.
I don't know about Jason Storm. I don't know much about that. But
okay.
I'll give credit where the credit's due. Look, guys, I'm going to say this. A lot of y'all are yarders. Some of y'all are indie stars. I'm going to say this. And this is me being as honest as I can be. I'm like I said, I'm not gonna forget my roots. All of y'all are in the same shoes that I am. Every single one of y'all have potential. Every single one of y'all just keep working on that grind. Keep doing what the fuck you're doing.
They call that grind flu. They call that grind flu. You got to have that grind flu, Anthony. Still, they always use it. One of my friends was a guy, Roderick Walker, who played for the Texas Longhorns, had 2 tryouts with the Dallas Cowboys. He used to always tell me, Tom, it's that grind flu. You got to have that grind flu. So you got to have this grind flu because you know what? If WWE doesn't want to say, you know what, we don't want Steele this time for whatever reasons, you got Tony Khan and AEW. You got
the way I look at it, it's not even about the options for me, Tom. If you want me to be real with you,
you're the real deal, Anthony Steele.
It's a no is not a forever thing. It's a no to me is a go back, work on your craft, get better, come back, try again. Here's Anthony Steele being Anthony Holloway for a minute.
Good.
Rest in peace, my dad, man. Rest in peace, my dad. That man taught me one thing, and that is if you have a dream, do whatever you can to make that dream a reality. Whether it's first off, you're gonna have people that hate you. The one thing I've said before, I'll say it again, and I live by it. If I don't have haters, I'm not doing something right. Second off, if I really want this, if this is really what I want to do, I'm not gonna sit back and just be like, all right, come on, let something just fall in my lap. No, I gotta go out there. I gotta work for it. I gotta, as you said, grind for it. And that's the one lesson I want to say to everybody. Me coming from hometown Decatur, Illinois, a town where wrestling was basically dismissed. There used to be wrestling events there a lot, and then it was just shunned away. And then moving to Springfield, Illinois, getting a chance at NGJPW, a Backyard Fed, that took a chance on me, at 16, 17 years old. And, it's like, all right, let's give this kid a shot. Let's see what he can do. And then for the past 7 years, just working on my craft, grinding, fucking going to the gym, working out, working on my moveset, working on my character, my promo skills, everything. And then leading to the indie scene where Anthony Steele has sat here and gone places that he never thought he can go and that everyone else said that he wasn't going to be able to go. It's everything. Yes, it's a let me prove everyone wrong situation, but at the same time, it's let me prove myself right. That ever since I started this, ever since I believed in myself, I looked at myself. I was like, am I really able going to be doing this? Can I accomplish what I set out to do? And day by day, week after week, month after month, I can tell this is where it's going. Whether it's a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. I told everybody before, I've told people personally, I will not stop at the art of professional wrestling until my body tells me that I cannot go anymore. This is my life. This is my whole world. And I will stop at nothing to achieve my ultimate goal. And that's what everyone else needs to do, man. All of y'all have bright futures. All of y'all have bright wrestling futures. And y'all just need to keep on going. If someone tells you can't do it, look at them and be like, that's your opinion. Watch me do it. Have them sit there in their chair. You know how many people I've had send me videos and they're like, so when's Anthony still gonna be coming back to this company or this company, or oh, I saw you at this company. I heard that you're going to this company. It's one of those things where I'm never gonna stop because someone told me to stop. I'm never gonna stop because someone told me I couldn't do it. All you guys that want to say that to me, that want to try to bring me down, dude, y'all just amp me up. Y'all are the people that get me big. This is what makes me better and better.
Listen, I get you've got a background. I get what people in here, they've got a past. But my feelings are, because I want to see you succeed. I think you got great talent. I think you have a good look. And I think you can do it in the ring. But I want to see you forget about that. Forget about what the people have said in the past. Forget about the back and forths. Like I said earlier, a few minutes ago, today is a new day. Promise of a new day. You need to move forward. You cannot forget. You have to forget about everything that has happened, whether it's your fault, not your fault, or just whatever you had dealings with, and whatever it was the yard, whatever it was here, whatever it else, you need to move on. Because if you're going to do this, and let's say you get this tryout, they're not going to want to see Anthony Steele on Sportswire or other places going back and forth with different people, and it escalates and profanities being unleashed and, this and that. So you got to move on. You have to now show why you can do it. We have seen the clips. We have seen the matches. But now it's time. It's time for the new day. It's time to move on, and it's time to focus in putting your talents to good work in what you want to do.
That's my plan.
Good. Well, I want to see you succeed. I really do, because I like you. I think deep down that you have the talent. And I think that talent certainly always triumphs at the end of the day. And I think, listen, some of these comments speak for that. Steele has always been 100 with me. He's a good dude. I've made logos for Steele, and he's the easiest dude to work with, and he's respectful.
DG Colt, bless. The maker of almost every Anthony Steele logo that I have. Thank you so much.
The legendary James Taylor even says hello. And you know what? How about this? I know who this person is from our friends over in XCW Shelbyville. And, of course, Monday we have ACT on, who's going to be competing for the world title there, SummerMania 18, later this week. I've shared a locker room with Steele in XCW. He was always good and respectful when he showed up. He has smooth and solid in-ring talent. He puts in the work. Listen, I've watched you in these different companies. XCW I've seen you in. TBW I've seen you in. I've seen you, obviously, in the IMF. I mean, you can go. You can legitimately go. And let's see you put those talents to work. And let's see you shine. I think that's, to me, that's the real moral of the story tonight. I was like, originally, we're going to have Steele on. And then we're going to have the usual. We're going to have Soldier and Omen come on. We're going to have Coach Craven, and all these guys are going to go, and it's going to turn into almost like Jerry Springer. When the truth is, it shouldn't be like Jerry Springer. It should be more like Montel Williams, where Montel would come on and give that good speech, that good story, and that's what we're trying to do here. So I really hope, Anthony Steele, that this is a true new leaf and that you are focused on going where you need to be, which is not just being the indie darling, but maybe even getting that tryout in WWE. Who knows?
That's my goal. And Justin, personally to you, man, XCW, it was fun while it lasted, man. It was a good working environment. Fletch.
I love XCW. I love Fletch. Fletch was on here, by the way.
Yeah,
Fletch,
I did see that.
And Fletch, Fletch loves your work. He told me, Anthony Steele, I will say this about Anthony Steele. His talent is as good as anybody's I've seen in XCW. That's from Fletch.
Fletch, I'm going to say this. It was fun working with you, man. Never say never that Anthony Steele will come back to XCW again, man. I would love to.
But we might be getting you that WWE tryout. So, I mean,
Hey. Until that WWE tryout happens, hey, guys, which leads me to my next thing.
All right, because I got more comments. All right, so what is the next thing, Anthony Steele? I mean, you're good at this before. So what else you got on the agenda tonight?
September 9th.
Okay. That's in almost 3 weeks from now. Okay, go ahead.
September 9th, Anthony Steele will be home in Springfield, Illinois.
Oh.
And I made a few phone calls.
You did.
And a few people called me, actually, in order for me to make these phone calls. And there's a show from our NJPW called Raging Summers. Raging Summers is the event that Anthony Steele has never been beaten in. That is my show. And it was just so happened that September 9th, well, September 10th, I should say, is my niece's birthday.
Happy birthday.
And my niece, my brother has always wanted me to put on a show and have my niece watch me live. So I made some calls to my boys at IMF. And Anthony Steele is going to help put on a show with NJPW and IMF, doing a little crossover. And it seems to me that there's a man in NJPW that wants to rekindle a flame of a rivalry that we used to have. I'd say about 3 years ago. You may know him. His name is Division Nick.
Yes, I've heard that name. Yes, I have.
At WrestleFest 11, 3 years ago, Division Nick defended his streak at WrestleFest against Anthony Steele, and I lost.
And there you go.
And when I lost, I looked at it and I was like, what can I do to make this better? How can I come back from this? I couldn't beat the guy that was known at WrestleFest. How do I come back? And then I disappeared for a little bit. And then I came back during a tournament. And the first round, Division Nick called out anybody. And I came out. And I knocked out Division Nick in 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes it took me to come back from a loss and beat him. And it seems to me that he hasn't forgotten that. And, I keep getting these messages that behind the scenes, Division Nick has been saying that I couldn't beat his streak, but he knows he can beat mine. So I'm going to lay out the challenge here on Sportzwire Radio that September 9th at Raging Summers in the main event, Division Nick, if you think that you can beat Anthony Steele will come back to the yard. If you think you can beat Anthony Steele at his show, bring it on. I want it. I want it. But that's not it. And this is me. Like I said, the IMF boys are coming. And it seems like the foundation thinks they're the greatest team out there.
Well, they've shown that in different places that they show up and They have done that so far.
But this is now the time where I can say this. So this is directed to Mr. Omen Black and Soldier GP.
Yes.
You're stepping inside my territory now.
Good old Springfield. Yep.
And I did make a phone call, and I have confirmation now. Confirmation, and we're inviting you. We are inviting the foundation.
Well, who's we? I mean, you're Anthony Steele, right? Is there two Anthony Steeles?
No,
Am I missing something?
There's a guy by the name of Fierce Danger, and if anyone knows the history of Anthony Steele and Fierce Danger, we are two of the best opponents. But when you put us together, it's a little dangerous, and that's because we are part and we make up the Danger Club. So the Danger Club invites the foundation to come to NJPW and let's just talk. See what happens.
Wait, you just want to talk to the foundation? Did I just get this correct? Did you just want to talk to them? What would you want to talk about? Maybe past Sportzwire shows? What would you want to talk about? Prior history between you and Omen?
It's how the foundation think that they're the greatest tag team to ever step foot in the backyard scene, but the Danger Club, let it be known, we ain't lost. The Danger Club has been the strongest tag team in all of backyard wrestling.
But are you concerned, though, that you're coming back to the yard? I mean, you're the indie darling. You've got this maybe potential tryout, and yet here you are thinking about the yard. I mean, Soldier and Omen, they're going to be motivated to really put a number on you because of what you just said tonight. These guys are going to be motivated.
I understand that they're going to be motivated, and I want that. See, because at this point, other than Summer Bash 2024, I'm inviting myself back to the yard. I need this one last.
But are you concerned that Endeavor might be looking at this and saying, you know what? Anthony Steele, we might be getting his application in the mail, and we see him and he gets seriously injured by Soldier GP and Omen Black September the 9th. I mean, is that a concern?
That's not a concern for me.
Not a concern.
And I'll tell you why. You why.
You tell me.
Because when I was in the IMF territory,
you were there earlier this year.
That was I guess my mistake, I should say.
We spoke about it here in the past.
I went there alone.
That's true.
And I thought Omen would have the gall enough to, do things one-on-one. But then he had his lackeys. And then the most unreal moment came about where Soldier then sided with Omen. And his terminology is he had to save his opponent for his big show, his big match. But at the same time, I really think it was just he couldn't handle to see his best buddy take a loss to me. And that's where it leads to Danger Club versus Foundation.
And this
that
is
means
I'm
not alone anymore. I'm not alone. Do I need to be? Technically, yeah. Because it's not dangerous. It's not dangerous fight. But the one thing Danger Club has prided themselves on is brotherhood.
This could be the fight of your life, though. There's a lot on the line right now for you. A lot on the line. Coming back home. It could be very well the last big weekend of the summer. You're in front of friends, family. And now you've got Soldier and Omen who are motivated. They have been making their name all over the place. And you announced here tonight that just maybe you are getting this WWE tryout. They're going to be motivated like they've never been motivated before. Forget about when they talk about Sean Jovi, the resident rock star, or Craven Rage, or anybody else.
That's the point.
Okay, go ahead.
That's the point. I want them to be motivated because while they're motivated to tear me down, to break me down, make it to where I don't make that tryout if it comes about, make sure that I don't even make it to anywhere close to an email from WWE or Endeavor. But that what makes me more motivated because this is my hometown. This is where I have to sit here and represent that when I do step in front of the foundation, when the Danger Club steps in front of the foundation, that when I leave NGJBW, when I leave the yard finally, that when I step foot in that tryout, that my hometown can be proud. They can have someone that they can fall back on. They can have someone that they know when I come out those curtains, they know that they're about to have the best performance they've ever seen in their entire life. And it's going to be at the hands at IMF and the foundation.
Well, we're going to certainly find out here. And if you'd like to follow Anthony Steele, the real deal on his journey, he is on Instagram at Anthony_Steele 27510. He is Anthony_Steele 27510. I have a ton of comments here. NGJPW exclamation points. Jackson, a.k.a. Captain Law, or Mr. Law, as I like to call him, is also here. I think that what Mr. Parsley is referring to. Not on our level, waste of time. Howdy. I'm not going to repeat the last part, but I'll say hello to Mr. Law in the meantime because I'm at least a family show on Sportswire. What's good, Law? How's it going, my brother? Not much. From someone who ain't worried about the yard as an indie kid, you sure do want to be in our presence. The legendary nemesis James Taylor. Sup, Law? He's still wanting to fight because I still do. Law said he's not coming because he's busy in the 9th and 10th, so unfortunately he won't be there. Omen Black says, you're telling me you're going to pay us to show up, whoop the Danger Club as a bonus, laughing my ass off. Like I said, light work, you have a better chance of beating Loose Cannon barely. Soldier, I know you didn't finish school, but it's spelled as presents, not presents. So what Taylor? He likes Christmas. Give him a break. That's a good. Omen, that's a good one. Sorry, B-Day, kind of drinking. That's okay, no problem. Happy birthday to whoever it might be. Also, I want to say hello back to James Taylor because he'd also mentioned that his mother's birthday is on the 10th of September, and I want to give my thoughts and prayers to the legendary nemesis James Taylor. To Ace Reed of the Wired Up podcast, how am I feeling? Well, I'm here right now, and we're trying to make the time pass as good as it can, but I'm obviously under the weather. But, hey, I'm pretty much the, I guess, Cal Ripken of wrestling talk and other talk at this point. So very hard for me to miss one of these because the people want it, and we're doing that. But if you are right now on Sportswire Radio, please continue to give us a follow on Facebook at Sportswire Radio. YouTube, give us a sub at Sportswire Radio. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can listen to all of our great content on sportnarium.com/player. And I'll be back here Monday with not one, but two shows. Monday around 7 o'clock Eastern time, I will be with ACT just days before he faces off with Corey Lee for the XCW Shelbyville World title in the main event of SummerMania 18. And then right after Monday Night Raw, speaking of TBW, the American Dragon, the Atomic Titan is here. He is live. We got a lot to talk about. You're getting two for the price of one. Then Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, Brandon Castelli of DBW and VTW. A lot to talk about with Brandon. They got some big shows ahead. VTW just had their show yesterday. I have a lot to get into it with Brandon. Very excited about all of them. And we are here live on Sportswire Radio. I also have some more comments. Thank you, Mr. Lord. I'm very excited about it. I really enjoyed the last XCW show. Very, very much. Really looking forward to SummerMania 18. Of course, Mr. Law was in the main event of the last show, which saw his team get the victory over ACT's team. So thank you, Mr. Law, for your good words. Hello, Anastasia. I don't think she's listening because she's probably, it's 8 o'clock California time. But thank you, Soldier, for the nice words. Got XCW and CBW that weekend. I would have responded to Mr. Steele's call-out, I see. Okay, so let me ask you one more follow-up on this WWE potential tryout before I get to some other things you want to talk about. Because I hear you've got more announcements, Anthony, still. You didn't come with just a few announcements. You've got more. So are you now maybe researching tape? Are you watching matches? Are you doing anything specifically different that you haven't done in the past?
I mean, yeah, that's my number one thing is, like I said, contacts with other people who've been in this business
And I just
who've
sent you
reached the
Mr.
top.
Fatelli's contact. As we're on the
I
air,
did,
I
I did,
just sent you Mr. Fatelli's contact.
I did see that. Thank you so very much for that. I will be getting a hold of him tonight.
You can do
If
that.
not
He's
tonight,
in
till morning.
California, and he probably just finished his match by the time we get off the air. So you can certainly message Mr. Fatelli and tell him that I sent you.
I got you. But just research, and then getting my body back into shape. That's
Well,
my
you going
those are
to
my
the
two
gym
goals.
more? Are you changing your diet? Because WWE, there's a certain look. You got to make sure that you've got the body. You got to make sure you got the look. I mean, this is no joke. This is
It's
not basically you're wrestling Craven Rage. This is basically like you're going to the big leagues. It could be Claymore versus Claymore. We just spoke about it.
it's it's both. Um, it's diet, going back to the gym, you know, all of that. I need I need to get back to where I was. It and this is me coming up myself, man. This isn't me, trying to, talk down on other people. This is me coming to myself. I was looking back at, photos of me in like 2018, 2019, when I'm like a couple of years in, and I was looking good, and I was a little fit. I wasn't as muscular as I am. I'm not buff. But
They want a
I got
certain
my
look,
strength.
though. They want a certain
Yeah.
look. They want
But
basically a six pack. They want somebody that McMahon has always wanted that type of physique. So if you don't have it, you better be training like there's no tomorrow.
yeah, that's my plan, man. It's just,
Are you changing dieting?
to-
Are you changing sleep patterns? Are you changing eating
um
patterns? What are you doing? You have to do
so
something different.
what I've been doing, I've been cutting back on soda.
I wish I
Number
could do
one
the
thing,
same, but I feel like I never sleep up until recently. But go
um
ahead.
cutting back soda. I saw this like earlier in the chats. Cutting back vaping. I'm really trying to cutting back vaping and try to cut it out completely. Get this out of my system, and just work my body back into regular shape. Um, my eating habits, not eating all this junk food, everything that I love to eat. You know, I know, dude. I'm gonna say this. I'm a McDonald's guy. I love McDonald's and Taco Bell and Subway. Those are my three go-tos, and I gotta cut back on that. And it's one of those things where I'm just, I'm trying to get in the best shape of my life that I've ever been in, and and it's not really for wrestling. It will actually. I've been making these changes for the past month.
Yeah,
Actually,
but you should
before I
want
even
to
found
do
out
it though because it's
that's
wrestling.
well, no, I'm doing it for myself.
I know, I
Um,
know, I know.
so no, my thing is, my family, they my dad and my mom. Well, no, let me rephrase that. My mom and my sperm donor, as we will call him, um,
I'm gonna
are
say no
they're
comment, Anthony Steele. Okay.
they're big dudes. They're big people, and diabetes runs in the family.
Sure.
Heart attacks run in the family. It's just, I don't want to end up like that, and I'm trying my hardest to not end up like that. And I got my little dad bod going on right now. That's I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I'm like the fittest that I could be. I'm far from it, but these small changes that I've been making and these small changes that the big changes I'm going to be making is going to impact it a lot. And it's getting it done. That's what I'm worried about. I don't want to what if anymore. I want to it's going to happen. I need to motivate myself to make it happen. And
Listen,
those are
and
my
only
things.
you can make this happen. It's not going to be
Exactly.
Soja. It's not going to be Omen. It's not going to be Mr. Law, Coach Craven, James Taylor. It's not going to be anybody else. You got to make this happen. But you got to change for the better. You can do this. You can do this, but you've got to be different. And like I said before, if you don't get this tryout and they don't accept you for the tryout for whatever reasons, like I said, there's other places, other promotions. Like I gave you Mr. Fratelli's information. Mr. Fratelli has made a career for himself outside of WWE. He wrestled, I think, 200 times the last 2 years. He's done Mexico. He's been a big deal in the Pacific West and in the Indies there, up and down with the likes of TJP, Alexander Hammerstone, all the Lucha Libres, and he's made a career. So you're going to still, at the end of the day, have to have this look. Let me get to comments here before I get to your next announcement, because I know a lot of people are going to want to know what you have to say. Also, so I just tuned in. What's this about? A tryout to recap. The real deal, Anthony Steele, possibly might get a tryout from the WWE. We're going to find out on the August 28th Raw in Memphis, correct, if I'm not mistaken?
It's not. Okay, so let me elaborate this more clearly so that way people don't get confused. So Monday Night Raw will be in Memphis.
Yes.
I am attending that show. I don't
Yes.
care. I'm going, low-key, everyone can say this, and I will do this. I'm going to be a mark on Monday night on August 28th. But no, I found that there was a tryout, page where I could put down my information, what I've done, what makes me stand out, and it's just a waiting game. If WWE wants to give me, a try and see what I can do, then it's a bless from God. But there's thousands of people that put in applications for WWE that don't even get an answer back. It's a step that I am taking. It is the step that I want and need to take, so that way I can push myself to see if this is really what I need to do. And like I said, a no from WWE is not, it's not a no from me. It's a go back, try harder, get better, and then come back.
Right.
And,
right.
I like
agree
you said,
with
MLW, Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, AEW. Dude, there's so many things.
Listen,
like I
a
got
guy
AJ
I
Gallen.
interviewed, Ishmael Vaughn, I had him 2 years ago now, right? There was a mutual friend that I had him on just as he was training. He was in the Cody Rhodes school at the time. This was before Cody had come back to WWE, and he went through the school, he went through the academy and everything. He went through the Nightmare Factory, and eventually he got a tryout on AEW, on the dark shows. He got the tryout. Now, obviously, he didn't get picked up, but he got the tryout. So you can get a tryout somewhere, whether it's an MLW, whether it's an AEW, whether it's an Impact. You can get a tryout on a dark show or when AEW had their shows. So you can get there. It's up to you, but you've got to make that change all around here. So let me get to more comments here. Anthony with the fire signs. I want to say hello to Des
What's
Putty
up,
Ranger.
Dez? What's up,
How you doing?
Dez?
Nothing's wrong with Subway. I used to work at Subway. Yeah, I'm with Coach. Subway's not bad. I once in a while I don't mind Subway. Subway's actually, they say it's the best you can get for us.
The stuff that I put on my sandwiches was bad for Subway.
Okay, well that's a different discussion. I mean, but some people might be craving Subway, and I don't want to blame them. Felt that about the fam. Eat fresh. Yeah. James Taylor, the legendary nemesis James Taylor, says, I've been doing 24-hour fastings this past week. It sucks, but I've lost about 10 pounds so far. Wow, okay. Well, the Big Cheese Logan is done. I think he did a 16-hour fast. I think I did 15 today, but I don't need to fast. I just because I was sick. I've been fasting as well, James. It does suck, but it's working for us. LOL. Feel better soon, Tom. Anthony, who are your main inspirations who's your Mount Rushmore of wrestling? So that's a good question from Justin.
So I can actually say this because I've actually told people this. Inspirations. Inspirations for attire. I'm not gonna lie. Enzo Amore, Cena, and Shane McMahon. Those are my inspirations for my attire. Wearing Jordans, my thing. I love doing it. I will forever do it.
Used to wear a lot of Jordans. Yep.
And the way I talk is being real. That's my number one thing when I cut a promo is, I don't like to be, someone that tries to be someone else. I want to be me. I want to be Anthony Steele when it comes to that, that aspect. And what I am is a dude that loves to talk. I love to talk. And when I talk, I get to points. I set them straight. And, some people have, those little comebacks where they're like, oh, well, this happened. Facts are real. and that's the point. Wrestling aspect, I say my wrestling aspect is more of like a Drew, a Randy, and an Edge. Drew for the I gotta throw in like Mox and Mick Foley a little bit because I love to do crazy stuff. Sometimes I haven't done it in a while, which I'm kind of itching for that. I'm not gonna lie, but Drew for his perseverance, his on top of it, grinding 24/7.
I told you grind flu. That's the word, grind flu.
Exactly. Randy Orton for his like dedication to one brand, and that is to prove that whether he's a good guy, a bad guy, or a tweener, that the fans know what his mission is and what he's setting out to do, and knows the point that he's going towards. And then Edge for his mind games. Edge was, and a lot of people can agree, a lot of people can disagree. Edge was a king at mind games. He knew how to get into the head of his opponents, and it was one of those things that I've prided myself on trying to do, is to get in the head of my opponents, so get the real feelings out of them, and just bring it into their work. So those are my inspirations. And my Mount Rushmore, I do it by decade, if you want me to be honest.
I'm putting James Taylor, the Soldier, Owen Black, and Coach Craven on Mount Rushmore.
No.
Craven Ray's got to be on there, right? Craven Ray's got to be on that Mount Rushmore.
No. Mount Rushmore.
Jackson Law, maybe? Come on, some great names here. They would be on my Sportzwire Mount Rushmore. Okay. My Sportzwire Mount Rushmore is Owen Black.
So Mount Rushmore, I'll do pro and then I'll do yard, because I do got a yard one.
All right, I like that.
Pro, I'd have to say The Rock. I really do. Attitude Era. A lot of people say Attitude Era was Austin, but without The Rock, I don't think Austin would have really been that big, other than his feud with Vince. Because The Rock and Austin were two people that could put on a match in the blink of an eye and always get the crowd's attention. They knew how to do that. A lot of people are going to hate this, but if we're going to do technical, like a technical side of wrestling, Chris Benoit. A lot of people hate this name, but I'm gonna say it. Chris Benoit is the greatest technical wrestler I've ever seen in my life. Y'all can have doubts, y'all can have your opinions, but that is my opinion.
Well, I think, what did Chris Jericho say? That you judge his wrestling work for his wrestling, but you obviously separate what he did personally. Personally, what he did was, unjustified.
I'm not gonna. Hey, look. I'm not gonna speak on it because that's a controversial subject.
Right, 100%.
I have my opinions. Everyone does, but technical side is Chris Benoit. Show stealing, getting the crowd attention. I have to give it to The Rock. Let's see. Straight up wrestling. Wrestling aspect. I don't know, man.
Kurt Angle, Ric Flair, maybe? I don't know. Does that help you a little bit?
I mean, yeah. You know what?
AJ Styles? You want to put AJ Styles in there? AJ Styles is still going strong in his 40s. I mean,
oh yeah. Wrestling aspect as a whole, whether it's promo work, whether it's grabbing the attention of the audience, whether it's in-ring capabilities. A lot of people are gonna have their opinions, but I got to go CM Punk. CM Punk.
No, CM Punk. Listen, CM Punk. I know his longevity isn't there, but he certainly, in periods of time, over the past 15 years, is definitely, maybe 20 if you want to count Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. He's definitely up there in the discussion. I mean, listen, he was the longest running champion in the WWE in the past 20 plus years, up until Roman Reigns. I mean, think about it. He was the first 1 year plus champion WWE had. And I think just about, I think Kevin Nash was the longest running champion prior to that. So before Roman
Yep.
Reigns, CM Punk had did something that nobody had done in WWE in 20 years.
And then for the final spot in my Mount Rushmore, I'm putting the dude that got me into wrestling. And again, opinions, guys, opinions. This is all this is. My opinion. My final spot has to go to Cena. I'm a Cena guy.
Now, you know what?
He's the one that he got my attention. He's the one that really got me hooked on professional wrestling. And you know, I've taken some things from Cena too. I'm not even gonna cap. You know, his relationship with the fans. That's why a lot of times I love playing
And your
babyface.
fan base loves you. Your fan base loves you
Oh,
like no other fan base.
oh yeah. And see, like I will say this. Uh, here's a reason why I love Cena and why I took Cena, like a little bit of Cena, and put it into me. Is anyone can play a heel and get people to hate them, but very few can take a entire crowd and either get them to love him or split it down the middle. It is a lot harder to get people to like you than it is to get people to hate you. It is a lot harder, and I've 100% stood by that because dude, it's again, I have my haters, but
Well, you
my
definitely
grind.
do. You
Oh yeah,
definitely do.
my grind, my passion, my intensity, and my work ethic in professional wrestling. I've created my fan base, and I've let my fan base know this is what I'm here to do, and they're behind me.
So are you going for movies like Cena? Because, yesterday we had joked that maybe Craven Rage, because we hadn't seen him in a month, maybe he was considering maybe to take the lead role in Suburban Commando 2, Mr. Nanny 2, the Thunder in Paradise reboot. I mean, are you going that same road, baby? Listen, if this tryout doesn't get accepted, maybe Anthony Steele at the movies.
I'm not a movie guy. Um,
So no
if
acting
it's
for
for,
you. So unlike
nah,
Craven Rage, no acting for you.
it's just straight wrestling, man.
Just
That's my
wrestling.
dream.
Okay. Well, you know what?
Um,
People, I got it. People want to talk. Let's let them get involved. Cutting the sugars and the garbage food from the legendary Omen Black, who, by the way, is on my Mount Rushmore of Sportswire wrestling. I got Omen Black
oh,
on mine.
talking about backyard wrestlers.
Yes.
I forgot. Backyard wrestlers. People that have worked on their grind, um, and have done a lot. Here's a backyard wrestler that went to the Indies that I've worked with. I've had the privilege to work with in my early days of backyard wrestling. I will give a shout out, and it's a 2-for-1. It's a 2-for-1.
Okay, all right. I like that.
They're a package deal. Annika Murphy and Jock Lester, y'all guys, y'all were the first people from NJPW to make it to the Indies. And Jock Lester is, I think, the intergender or the women's champion. Non-binary, guys, non-binary. But those two men have dedicated so much of their life, so much of their time to do this, and I respect them on the highest level that I can. And then if we're gonna go back at wrestling, I'm not here to boost anybody's ego, by the way. So if y'all don't get mentioned, don't get butt hurt. I'm sorry. But if you're going to say Mount Rushmore, I would say one of the most dedicated wrestlers I've seen right now, dedicated as ever. Let me shoot over to XCW. Hunter Houken.
That's a great choice. That's a great choice because we got more XCW coverage coming on Monday. Excellent choice there.
Hunter Houken is a phenomenal wrestler. For those that don't know, here, let me break the fourth wall a little bit. When Anthony Steele went to the CBW, which is Captain Wall's show,
yes.
He faced a dude named Jason X. Underneath that mask was Hunter Houken before he was Hunter Houken, and
yes,
I had the privilege to work with him. Yes, he got bodied, and he was okay with being bodied. He came up to me first before the match, and said he was okay with it. But dude, his dedication, his heart to this, I swear to God, if I had the opportunity to work with him one more time, Hunter Houken versus Anthony Steele on a main show to prove what we can do together, dude, I would accept it in a heartbeat. Number 3, let me
And of course, Hunter, by the way, is our international champion, who, by the way, took
Yeah,
that title from Mr. Law himself, who you had just mentioned.
look at you, Law. Look at you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's shoot over to IMF real quick. Because
Yes.
there's an IMF man over there that got a uprising star, a guy that's rising the ranks, and I know has a potential in my Mount Rushmore at number 3. Give me Jordan Nets.
Jordan Nets, our reigning defending IMF champion of the world, who defeated the resident rock star Sean Jovi of WCE last weekend. So very impressive, Jordan Nets.
And for the 4th spot, I can't put myself, so I'm not gonna do that. But for the 4th spot, let me get
The Nemesis
you know what?
James Taylor?
See, that's too easy. Everyone is expecting that answer. Everyone is.
He's got the most followers, though,
I
76,000.
mean, I understand that. I'm basing it off of guys I have been watching, have seen, and are on their grind. That are making this stuff work. I'll say, let me you know what? Let me say this. A guy that I know, if he keeps putting in the work and he keeps doing what he's doing and just works on his craft, let me shoot over to UWA real quick. Let me get CJ.
And I just watched his match not too long ago with Jack Delta, so that's a good choice there by you. Very, very good choice there. Excellent choice.
I've told CJ straight to his face. I was like, look, dude, you have the build, you have the heart, the dedication, just keep working. Keep working, dedicate yourself to this. I know he has a life outside of this, but I could see the heart that he loves for professional wrestling. And I know if he did everything he needed to do, this could be something big for him. I really truly believe that.
I just want to put one extra name on the Mount Rushmore because you did mention XCW. To me, I think Fletch has to be on there just because of everything Fletch has done in that company.
If we're gonna put older backyard wrestlers, my 4 guys, give me James Taylor. I'll put him on there.
He's got the following. He's got the following.
Give me Fletch. I will give Fletch credit where credit is due. And here, I'm gonna say it, Mr. Backyard Wrestler. Here, I'll put Chris Craven on there.
Hey, you know what? You know somebody here has got the right mindset, and maybe Craven Rage is number 4.
No. I'm gonna be honest. Craven Rage is not on this Mount Rushmore.
Well, people might want to hear you ever thought on that. Obviously, we love Craven.
Yes, and if we're going to one more, you know what? I'll shoot over to this guy, to another XCW member, Tommy the Man Merriman. I love
interesting individual. He's got quite an interesting past. Tommy Merriman. He was the world champion up until Corey Lee took the title. Interesting. But I got so many comments. I want to get to them before your next announcement because I know that people really want to talk to you tonight. The Anarchist Gunshot says hello. Long time no see, AJ, aka Anthony from Mary Louise Meyer, Cleveland. I don't know who that is, but
I don't know who that is, but I've never been called AJ. But
okay.
Hello.
Tryouts for WWE that happen at Raw or SmackDown are most of the time done off camera. Sometimes it's a jobbing spot during the show, like a dark match kind of thing, if I'm not mistaken. Anarchist says, my roommate works at Subway. Yo, Anthony, it's me, Killshot. Long time no see.
Oh, okay. What's up, man? What's good?
Okay.
I know.
If it doesn't happen right now, brother, don't worry about it. Pick yourself up, dust it off, and do it again. You're Anthony effing Steele. Anthony Steele on Impact Wrestling would be dope. It could be. Mr. Law would like to say I'm down about 20 pounds total this summer. Went from 330 to 319. Keep up the great work, Mr. Law, as always. Cap, you did just...
Can I say this? Your math is totally off.
Maybe 309 you meant? Maybe 309?
Yeah, I was about to say, because 330 to 319. That's 11 pounds.
Well,
That's nuts,
I
man.
wasn't gonna argue with this at all, 'cause he's a big guy, and the last thing I want to do is make anybody mad right now.
Okay.
Cap, you just did something crazy earlier, challenging the foundation, meaning that you did something earlier from Soldier about you challenging
That's fine.
Omen and
That's fine.
Soldier. Okay, don't let him lie. He was in a tournament with me, and he cut his head open. Everybody's losing weight, and I'm gaining it. What the hell? I went from
I'll say
150
this.
to 166.
I'll say this, Des, for you bringing that up. Anyone that I will say this: any backyard wrestler that wants to work on their craft of promoing, there's some promo leagues on Instagram that y'all should definitely hit up.
And the Nemesis
And
James Taylor has one, by the way. The legendary Nemesis James Taylor. Tav Taylor on YouTube. Tav Taylor on Instagram.
And the thing that Mr. Dez is talking about is we did a tournament for one of his characters because he quit promoing for a while, and I was in the tournament for his character Al, and me and Al has teamed together and faced each other. And Dez is one of my dudes. Like Dez is a great promo artist. His character work, I swear to God, he can come up with a character in the blink of an eye and just run with it. I love it. I told him if he wasn't his age and didn't have his problems, he could definitely be a wrestler. I promise.
All right, let me get to these comments because I want to get to your announcement. So let me just run through these comments here. Benoit belongs in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. He was bar none one of the best wrestlers in the history of pro wrestling. Yeah, I mean, to me, I think Benoit from, let's say, 96 to his death, there's no question that, he was probably one of the most prolific wrestlers up until his death. So there's no question that if you went on the merits, that he would certainly be in there. But obviously, again, that's a whole political football, and I think most people aren't going to touch that. Then why should he be on the Mount Rushmore? Chris Benoit should definitely be on the Mount Rushmore. That's what he meant to say. Mount Rushmore for the legendary James Taylor. Hogan, Flair, Undertaker, and Austin. Of course, we expected Austin on one of those. The Painmaker, Mr. Joshua Allen. Again, more TBW coverage right after Monday Night Raw with the American Dragon, Atomic Titan, Taker, Austin, Foley, and Flair. I think that's pretty fair.
Hello, Josh.
Mine is Austin, Andre the Giant. That's a good one. Chris Benoit and Brody Lee. I got James Taylor. I got Omen Black, Soldier GP, maybe Coach Chris Craven. I don't know. I'm only kidding. Well, some of that, I'm just trying to say hello to everybody. That's pretty good. Painmaker. Hey, maybe if Anthony Steele tries out, he'll go maybe against Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona is doing the indie thing right now. I don't think that's a different discussion.
Hey, I am on the indie scene, so let Matt Cardona come anywhere near me, and I'll try my hardest.
But I'm sure his fee right now is probably like $2,000 a night or something like that, just based off like what he charges.
Hey, let me win the lottery, and I'll do it. Let me win the lottery, and I'll pay for it.
Well, I mean,
to have a match with Matt Cardona.
Let me go back here. Taker, Rock, Jericho, and Eddie. Those are some good ones. Backyard Rushmore, Gage Flair, James Taylor, Wicked J, and Tommy Malice. I tell you what, Gage Flair, by the way, our new Intercontinental Champion in TBW. Of course, the Nature Boy, the only Nature Boy out there wrestling still, Gage Flair. Love Gage Flair. And, of course, Tennessee Backyard Wrestling on YouTube and Instagram. Mine is Eddie Guerrero, The Rock, Chris Jericho, and Shawn Michaels. I hear a lot of Eddie Guerrero, especially from my British guys. I tried to get Anthony to act on some of my movies. He said he's not an actor. He's doing the wrestling thing. But Craven Rage could be out there, could be trying out for another movie here. Break the fourth wall. I love working with Hunter. Yes, Hunter Halkin. I agree with you 1,000%. That's why I'm so excited for more XCW coverage Monday night. If we're talking about great people over in XCW, of course, our reigning, defending, the legendary, several times over champion Corey Lee. Backyard, Mount Rushmore again. He goes with Matt Cross, Wicked J, Tommy Malice. Tommy is fun to work with. It's also a bit of a gray area because the docs weigh in kg, not pounds. Anthony, I know you said you were done with Promontory, but I want one more match in my company. For me personally, it'd be Owen Hart, Bret Hart, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Brody Lee, Bruiser and Brody, and Jay Briscoe, Steamboat, Shawn Michaels, Eddie and Taker. Thanks, bro. Great stuff here. I could talk all day about Mount Rushmores, but Anthony Steele, apparently, before we move on tonight, you have another announcement here that the wrestling world, maybe even your devoted fan base, everybody else out there, who knows? Maybe Endeavor might want to be motivated to hear this. Maybe Mr. Paul Levesque might even want to hear this. You have a big announcement that the world is going to be very curious for. So for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, the real deal, Anthony Steele, what is your latest announcement?
August 12th. That just passed.
Mm-hmm.
I had the best night of my life. I'll say that.
Oh, you did?
For those that call my Instagram, you know what I'm about to talk about. For those that don't know, Anthony Steele is now engaged. For those that don't understand that, because I know there's someone that's going to be like, what? I proposed to my girlfriend August 12th. I did it in a little cringy way in front of all her little co-workers. Made a little video package of all the pictures I have of her and all that. And she didn't know. And the best part about it is her co-workers are all in on it. So, like, everyone knew but her. So it was a great experience, and it was a little scary. You
of all people, the real deal Anthony Steele, who's never shy of confidence, who's never shy of nerves. You were a little scared. You of all people, the real deal Anthony Steele.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it real. It's not, when it comes to a situation like that, that's not wrestling. It's not character work. That's not me.
Yeah, but you're Anthony Steele, even outside the ring, you are a man that is really, really confident, never shy of words, never nervous. I mean your fans know. They know you, Anthony Steele.
This is why I was a little scared. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's not that I was scared and being shy. It was, I know my girl. I've been with her for over a year. Well, going on a year. And I know she's not a public person per se. She's a very shy individual. And it's hard to get her to meet my people. But she has met some of them, and it is a good thing. I used to be the guy that never said I'd get married, never said I'd propose to anybody, but it's like, you know, my dad looked at me before he died, and he goes, "You're gonna meet that one, and when you meet that one, you're gonna know she's the one." And you know, I went through my years thinking, like, when am I gonna find the one?
All these wars in the backyard, beating the Indians, it's tough. It's been tough. I know it's been tough for you. You've had a lot you've went through in your life also personally, and you just didn't know. I mean, listen, you thought, you know what? Maybe I'd be worried about the Nemesis James Taylor for the rest of my life. Basically, Jackson Law. I mean, who knows? Craven Rage fights Chris Craven. I mean, that's what you might have been thinking that was your life was going to be destined for.
See, the way I look at it is, wrestling will always be my life.
That's true.
I have wrestling in my heart till the day I die. But this woman, I'm gonna be a little cringy. Guys. I don't see much cringe on here, so I'm gonna give y'all daily doses of cringe at like my almost 11:30 my time. Wrestling has my heart, but this woman stole it, and she we're good. We've had our rocky roads, and I'll say this for any person that tries to say a relationship doesn't have arguments or fights or disagreements, you're lying.
And you're the real deal Anthony Steele, so you certainly are a guy. When someone gets into an argument with you, you automatically go right into a promo, I'm sure.
I mean, my girl probably would say that. I mean, I think if I went to a promo with my girl, she'd be like, "What the fuck are you trying to do? Are we arguing or are we about to go into a ring?"
Now, would I be able to, in a few minutes, be able to bring on some people that would like to congratulate you?
Sure.
All right, in a few
No,
minutes.
yeah.
They would
Um,
like to congratulate you because this is a huge moment. First of all, let me congratulate you on obviously this engagement. This is a big deal. Now, this is a step for you, a huge step in your life. I mean, this is maybe going on to the new Anthony Steele. To me, you're not the real deal. You're the new and improved Anthony Steele now because we're talking about the tryout. We're talking about just everything, really. And I think
oh
this
yeah.
is great. I mean, this finally, like, people want to root for you. They want to root for you. Now you're going to even, I think, have people really behind you tonight.
And see, here's where the really big dosage of cringe happen. We've been talking about, what the wedding's going to be, the colors, all that,
Maybe
making
James Taylor,
sure.
best man, hopefully, I would think. I had to
Maybe,
work
maybe.
wrestling.
Oh, also, I'm gonna say this. This is
I
this is
love
my
James
this is my
Taylor.
this is my theory on a wedding. I don't have a best man and 4 groomsmen.
Maybe
I
you
have
have
my top.
100 best
I have
men.
my 5. I have my 5 top guys.
I would
I have
think
my
Owen
5 top
Black,
guys.
Soldier GP, James Taylor, real Chris Craven.
James, I know you're watching. We can talk about it. You're on that list. You're on
Oh,
that
well,
list.
you know what? Listen, you got to have some wrestlers on this list. You got to have some
Oh,
wrestlers.
that's. But this is where it comes to play. So me and my girl were talking about what wedding we want to do, and she's like, "I'll let you pick the colors and the theme of our wedding." She's like, the one thing I'm gonna say, as long as it has black. So I was like, okay. Which I mean, I wear a lot of black, so I ain't worried about that.
I have seen your work. You do wear black.
And so the theme of my wedding is wrestling. Where I saw it, I'm not gonna lie, I saw it. I took an idea off the internet, and I'm gonna run with it. Our wedding, so her bridesmaids and my best men, including me and her, we're gonna be in our attire, for the wedding, but we're picking a wrestler, and on the way down the aisle, we're doing their entrance. So I made the joke because of some of my buddies I've talked about this with, and they're like, well, who's one of your dudes? I was like, I'm going to tell you who one of my picks are that I want to be one of my best men, and I'm going to tell you exactly who they're fucking going to be. And I said James Taylor, and he's going to be Stone Cold. I was like, James is definitely going to be Stone Cold walking
I'll tell you, you will get more followers if James Taylor is one of your best men. I guarantee you're going to get more followers because I would dare say in the backyard, who's got more followers? And by the way, James Taylor's there in the Indies also. New South Pro Wrestling.
Yes, sir. And James,
and Jackson Law, by the way, said if you need someone to perform the ceremony, he knows a guy. And technically, I actually can perform the I do's because technically I'm actually a reverend, but don't worry about that. But the point, this is a big deal for you.
We will talk. We will talk. But like the one question that I got is who am I? Who am I going to be at my wedding?
The real deal Anthony Steele, especially if you get this tryout in WWE.
And I made my decision. I finally made my decision.
Yes.
And sir. I'll say it because a lot of these people, they're wrestling guys. They're wrestling women. They love wrestling. They know this. So what comes at the end of a wedding? You finish the story.
Oh!
You finish the story.
You got the Atomic Titan then.
No. I'm gonna be Cody Rhodes. I'm gonna finish.
Hey,
I'm gonna finish my story.
Listen, you know what? It is like Cody Rhodes. You are like Cody Rhodes. You know why? Because remember Cody in WWE the first time, a lot of disappointment, went to AEW, found himself. I think tonight it's a new Anthony Steele. Anthony Steele has found himself. He is going to finish this story. He is going to be the guy that everyone's going to talk about. But I have some people that as we're getting toward the end of the show, and I know we still haven't touched upon Summer Bash, I got to at least work something in. And they've been waiting patiently. they're going to obviously congratulate you on the wedding, but they're also people you've addressed throughout the show. They would like to come on, and I have to at least give them a few minutes as we get to the end of the show. And I'm going to do it one by one here. First, we have the legendary Nemesis James Taylor. Next,
What's up,
we
James?
have the real Omen Black, I guess, the real deal Omen Black. We then have Coach Chris Craven, who's supposed to be facing the real deal Anthony Steele in Summer Bash from July 5th to the 7th, 2024. Gentlemen, how you doing? I'm sure obviously you're ready to congratulate Mr. Steele on his engagement, maybe even that future tryout. I'll let you guys speak.
Fuck no. I'm just kidding. Congratulations.
Actually, I got something to say to you, Steele. To be honest with you, you're not finishing a story. You're starting one.
You're right.
So you're starting your
Like a
journey.
divorce.
So, but hey, I'm up to be a best, a groomsman if you need somebody. I'll come out. I would have thought he'd go with something like maybe a Seth Rollins because come out celebrating and dancing.
I would
I'm
love to see
assuming I'm not
Craven
well,
Rage
right,
and Chris
because-
Craven at the wedding. I just want to see those two at the wedding.
I mean, my
Hey,
three.
if you give
my
me an
three
invite,
picks,
I will show up.
my three picks are either Cody, Seth, which is surprising that you said that, or Punk.
Well, you
I'm
did mention
assuming
Punk
I'm
on your
not
Mount
invited.
Rushmore.
You said what?
I'm assuming I'm not invited because I beat you, but it's fine.
If you get down on one knee, at the entrance to the walkway, you're going to be look at your watch and say it's Marion time.
Omen, you have to at least give me the fact that I did have you on my Mount Rushmore in wrestling.
I saw that. Thank you.
By the way, Soldier GP also wants to wish his congratulations to Anthony Steele. Soldier, how you doing? Hi, Soldier.
By the way, James, you also said it was your mom's birthday. I know. I'm sorry that your mom's not with us, but hey, happy birthday for you, man.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Happy birthday.
Appreciate it. She'd
Happy
be,
birthday.
yeah, thank
I'm
you.
gonna say it. For you. For
Come
you.
on up.
James.
Also, congratulations on New South Pro Wrestling. You did it.
All right. Well, you know what? I got all that. But, I got some guys here that you actually addressed, though, for some business. First of all, you briefly touched upon Summer Bash, but you mentioned the foundation, September 9th coming up. Now, I'm going to let these guys here respond, and I'm going to give them the floor. Who wants to go first?
One half. So we have one half of the foundation.
All right, since the
It don't
foundation
matter.
don't want to speak.
September 9th, you want to pay us to come up there to whoop your ass, but then you want to give us a match at Danger Club. The last time I heard about Danger Club,
Who said?
You shut up.
Match? Who said a match? I said I wanted to talk. The Danger Club wants to talk to the foundation.
Oh yeah, okay. So you want us to do a match? The last time I heard about Danger Club, they were supposed to face off a Rage in the Cage. See, the foundation ain't gonna be the Danger Club. We'll actually show up, beat your ass, and then leave and take your money. So it's a win-win.
Damn.
Now, Summer Bash, I know you got a match with Chris Craven. Maybe someone else too.
No, he doesn't.
There's unfinished
Doesn't.
business between Anthony Steele and one wrestler that I know of, James knows of, hell, even Chris Craven knows of. And you know what? This guy, he really wants to get his hands on you. Loose Cannon wants a match with you. Anyways,
I'm good. That's
Actually, to be honest about this whole Summer Bash thing, and this is real. Forget the characters for a second. Steele, if you've got an opportunity, the way you say you do, and if it works out for you, I wouldn't be. If I was in your shoes, I would not give anybody any confirmations of anything yet until you know where that's going to lead to. WWE is very particular about how they do things, and while they don't discourage people that come from backyard, they don't like to be public about it. So I've been in your shoes. I've had 2 tryouts in my 20s when I was in my 20s. I'm telling you, right? But back then it was a different time. You're in the better time frame. Right now, I will disagree with you, Tom. You said something earlier. It's not always about how you look, but it is about what we can do and how you can go. They look more today. They look more for, can you go? Can you keep up? Can you hang in there? Can you swim in the deep end?
Do you want to talk about your 2 tryouts for a second? Because I find that fascinating.
Well, that's not important. I mean,
I actually thought it was interesting.
Like when I did it, they were looking for, if you weren't chiseled and looking at 6'2", 6'3", and chiseled, that could go like a pro football player. And, you weren't getting anywhere unless you had a name, or you had a name like Guerrero, you had a name like Mysterio, you had a reputation that got you in. Back in my day, like I did Bob Holly and Chavo Guerrero. Those were my 2 tryout matches.
Wow.
Oh, how was Bob Holly? How was
rough.
From Alabama, by the way, from Alabama.
Rough, and very, very, very painful.
Did you get him when he was hardcore Holly or Sparky Plug?
Yeah, no, he was hardcore Holly then. That was in like 2003, so that was like tough enough time frame when he was.
You
like
got
really
him right after. You got him maybe right around the time he had a feud with Brock Lesnar. Right around that time.
So he's a very straightforward and honest guy, but he is no BS. He was the
guy at the time that they kind of would put him with somebody to see if they could like kind of handle the punishment almost.
Yeah, he tests your durability. He wants to see if you're gonna sissy out, if you're gonna pussy out, or you're gonna hang in there. Like he really tests that button on everybody he messes with. Chavo, if I'll be honest with you, if I had my pick of the 2, I'd always go with Chavo, because at least he's not out there to break you. I mean, he tests everything too, but let's just say Bob Holly is why he's a decent person, and he's always been really good and up front. He's no BS. He's very ruthless, and he has no empathy to you in that ring. He doesn't want to hear that hurts. He doesn't want to hear it. Oh my God, stop, or take it easy. You say that to him, he's going to do it harder.
I liked when you could tell when he tested Lesnar, he really wanted to do that, and almost no sold for Lesnar. It pissed him off.
So, Steele, I'm going to give you a cookie. Today's WWE, and I don't know much, but I do know some, because I still do talk to some people. Like I said, I know some people in the business. A guy your size, coming from the indies, they're going to treat as an equal, and they're going to see what you can do. They're going to test your durability. They're going to test your stamina. They're going to see they're going to see if you can hang in there. Okay, yeah, I'm sure all of you have seen that Paige movie, Fighting with My Family.
Yep.
You see the stuff that she went through, where she had to really grind. She had to show them that she was going to grind. Mm-hmm. Like you said, the grind flew.
And her family was very well known in the independents in the UK.
Well, they look for that. When you get a tryout, they send you to NXT, the developmental. They want to see you. They want to see what you bring to the table. You have to show them something that they can market. It's not so much more about you got to be a bodybuilder anymore. You could be 5'6". I mean, look at people like Adam Cole and Bobby Fish, all these. You look at all these little guys. It's not about what you look like anymore. It's about what they can market. Can they market you? Can they sell you? Can they make money off? And while they're making that money, can you hang in there so they can keep making money off of you? Mm-hmm. Can you keep up? So if you get the tryout, congrats. Take it with you and take the advice and go down there and bust your ass. That's all I can say to you. And I could come on here and shoot and be controversial and say a bunch of nasty stuff, but anybody who gets a push from where we come from to there, anybody that gets that push, you give credit where credit is due. And if you can accomplish it, whether it takes you 1 time, 10 times, 15 times or 30 times to try that. If you can accomplish it, you've done what a lot of us always wanted to. And anybody in the backyard can say, I don't like WWE, or I don't like AEW, or I don't like pros. You're full of shit. Because the only reason you're doing it is because of what you saw on TV. That's what started you. So I know, Omen, you wanted me to bury him or whatever, but I can't really do that. Not tonight, like I said, I've been in your shoes. I've had that excitement, that smile on your face, that energy that's inside of you right now, that feel good, that the mindset going through all the possibilities that you're sitting there going through right now. I've been in your shoes.
Maybe this is a new Anthony Steele. Maybe this is a new Anthony Steele. I mean, it's a different tone. Let's say, Omen, it's your show. Omen, you want to say something?
The tryouts, I'm proud of you. I'm not buying it, though. New Anthony Steele.
No? Why not? Why are you not buying it?
I'm just giving him shit,
I was about to correct you.
I know Anthony Holloway. I know Anthony Steele.
Did we just hear a name that we didn't know existed? I only thought it was Anthony Steele.
He calls himself Anthony Holloway all the time, so this ain't a big thing.
Don't name drop me like that. Don't name drop me like that. Shane McMurrin.
Whatever, AJ.
Buddy. I'm going to be Undertaker at the wedding. Look, I got the hat and
Oh, so you're going as Taker, right?
Yeah, I'll do Taker.
I really want you. Will you invite Craven Rage to the wedding? Because I would love to see the two Cravens in the wedding. I would love to see it. You sure?
He doesn't want a fight breaking out. He's got to keep that wife happy.
Yeah, no offense. If a fight broke out at my wedding, my girl's gonna come to me and she's gonna be like, "Hey, motherfucker, what are you gonna do?" And I'm like, "What do you want me to do?"
He's gonna throw a ref shirt on and be like, "All right, let's get it on."
I'll be waiting for mine in the mail.
Probably won't show up. By the way, hold on. I did say this to my girl, and I made sure that she understood. The little after party of the wedding, I am going to have a ring, and there will be a show.
Oh wow!
Yes, to answer the question of people, there will be wrestlers at my wedding. And here, before someone asks the question, James, you can be there.
We already know James is going to be there.
Hey, look. I already have saved me by burning Halo on speed dial. Oh, everyone that didn't know that you were liking his new Titantron and all that. For all of y'all that didn't know, that's compliments to me. You guys are welcome. Thank you so very much. I made that video.
My invitation. It's a +2,
+2. Well, Sam can come. Yeah.
Well, and my foundation,
Well, that could be more of the foundation. Listen, more members of the foundation coming up. Certainly the resident rock star Sean Jovi that might be invited also, because come September the 2nd, he probably is going to be in the foundation. So that means Sean Jovi's coming over. Yes, and Dirty Donnie, and Sean Jovi, especially the resident rock star. I mean,
look, guys. We got time to plan. People that are not showing up to my wedding is Craven Rage, Loose Cannon.
Why not Craven Rage?
Dude, don't lie. You invited Loose Cannon the first person. Don't even lie.
Stop the count.
He's the ruler of the yard. He's the
Taylor,
ruler
you
of
believe
the
me,
yard.
right? He invited Loose Cannon first.
He doesn't want Craven Rage because he takes too long to give a speech at the reception.
I want to congratulate Anthony Steele.
No, it's not even that he's gonna.
I'm the greatest.
Give a speech. It's no offense. I don't want him to botch my ceremony like it botches his own finisher. I'm good on all that.
You turned over a new leaf, Anthony Steele. You turned over a new leaf. You're now WWE.
I am. I did turn over a new leaf, but I'm still gonna be real.
You are born again. You are born. I'm calling you born again, Anthony Steele. Let me move away from that and ask the Nemesis James Taylor, the legendary Nemesis James Taylor. I just love saying that. Do you want to say anything, Mr. Taylor, to Mr. Steele or anybody else here? Because obviously, I know you got something on your mind here.
Well, congratulations on everything. So, kudos to you. Good deal. We gotta. Hey, maybe we can have that rubber match that day. Yeah, and the wedding gift will be me beating the shit out of you.
You gotta be careful, Taylor. If he gets signed or he gets put in developmental, he's not going to do any work with backyarders. He's going to be prohibited from doing it.
No, I want to say so. I talked with somebody from New South today, and I just realized I was like, why is this now affecting me? And it's like, come on. So maybe this is going to sound a little out of character. But in my whole career, I have to admit something. My whole career, everything I've ever done, I've never had, and now just hear me out before anybody judges, I've never had an intergender match with a female. And I found out that I will.
Well, if you treat her right,
everything goes well.
And then you can have.
No, hey, look.
There's two.
James,
hold on. There's
James.
two females that I'm.
This is my show. With. I don't care about your business. You gotta bring the old
show.
Anthony Steele out. I don't care. This is my show. Talk to me. Talk to me. Not about your other stuff. You can go back on Tom Bryce in the next 2 days like you do every other day. And you can talk about it some other time. No, I'm just kidding.
And you thought we were going to turn into Jerry Springer, Tom. Jesus.
No. James, I'm going to say this. This is me talking directly to you. I've been telling you, me and you have talked, I think it was like about 4 months since you've been talking to New South. I've told you need to get into New South. It's something that I know you've been wanting to do. It's close to home. And, I know you can do this. I congratulate you, man. You're doing it. You're going to make James Taylor. You're going to turn that 47,000 subscribers into 4,700,000 subscribers. Like that's
less, but yeah, maybe.
I mean 470,000 subscribers. My bad. 470,000 subscribers, dude. Like
you're getting on law for doing math wrong.
Fuck yeah, I did.
That was Steele. It's Steele math there. That was Steele math.
Like, look.
Well, James, I found out a match I'm probably going to be having after. It'll probably be a few matches.
I know who you're talking. I know who you're talking about.
What?
Don't say it on the air. Don't announce it.
Never mind. Anyways,
so I want to say this.
When's this?
Omen Black.
My bad.
When's this wedding?
When's this wedding?
Yeah, when's the show? When's the show? So that way we'll all show up and.
Are you gonna book me?
All I'm gonna say is this: y'all ain't getting paid. Yeah.
So you're saying I'm invited?
Really, Omen? It's his wedding, dude. You're supposed to bring a gift, not him pay you.
They're the foundation, though. They're the foundation, though. They get paid. That's what they use. They're hitmen for hire. They're hitmen for hire.
And you know what? We'll be groomsmen for hire that day.
Oh, it's a good one. That's a good one.
Well, then you're fired.
Then
you're fired. It's kind of funny. You're going to bring him a gift and have to buy your own tux.
You know what, James? I want to say this. I know you're about to have an intergender match. You know what? I know you do well. You faced Anthony Steele before, so you'll still do good.
You're right.
What does that say for you? Hang on. What does that say for you? Because you faced me too.
Steele, you know as well as I do. If Taylor wants to wrestle a female, he's just got to go get a date. He picked one up. She's being nice, and she may treat you right to a wrestling match.
So obviously, you got Anthony. Got to jump in.
I'm just gonna say this. This is me addressing all three of y'all. And with this, James, congratulations. I'm going to continue to say
and
that.
also congratulate Omen because IMF now has an LLC.
Yes,
we're an official independent.
I'm getting there. I'm going in order.
He's got smiles. He's got to get out along with every word. Come on now, let him talk.
Like, congratulations, James. Just put in that grind like I've seen you do for the past 2 years, man. I brought you back. Now you're back in your groove, and I love it. I've seen your old matches. Like I said, I've been able to work with you. Now let's see what you can do on the indie scene. This is your time to shine and make the most of it. Omen, congratulations on becoming an indie fed. Finally, now you can pay me. And then Chris,
It's an
this is
easy dollar to give you.
hey Anthony Holloway to Chris. If I can make it next year, I would love to be in the ring with you, man to man. That's a match I'm actually looking forward to do. If I can't, it is what it is. But if I can, best believe Summer Bash 2024. Chris
If you
Craven.
can't, Taylor's your replacement.
Oh my God.
He even agreed to it.
You're making deals behind my back, James? Wow, I thought we were friends.
That was
But
ass
no.
last night, buddy.
We don't know if the indie darling will make it, so you know.
Look, man, focus on your wedding, focus on your tryout, focus on whatever push you're getting right now. When you know an
the
outcome,
wedding's next year. So we got a whole long time.
Why don't
We're
you
not
have the
right.
wedding at
Swear to
Summer?
God, if you do it on
I
Summer
got it.
Bash,
I got it. What about having the wedding at Summer Bash?
oh Lord,
oh, then you have to pay us. Oh,
No, I'm good.
Oh.
I'm good on all that. I'm good on
Let
all
me
that.
get to some comments here before I move on to some final thoughts. 'Cause a lot of people want to say hello to you. Hunter Halkin is the future of wrestling. He's consistently great. I absolutely agree with you on that. Mr. Law would like to say home dog, put a ring on it in caps locks. Obviously, we say hello to that. Before he came on here, he said, congrats, what's his name? He was joking, obviously. That was funny. Hey, congratulations, Anthony. The man right here, the real deal. Anthony's still finally about to tie the knot. Congratulations. Henning, HBK, Jericho, and Sting is my current Rushmore. Those are very good ones. For Megan, congratulations. That's awesome. Kill shot. Let's go, Anthony. Thank you for that match on my live. Make sure you stay loyal and eat to each other. And congratulations, man. Congratulations,
100%.
Anthony was finally scared. My wrestling mountain of Rushmore or Anthony Steele's Devin Adams. I mean, all of you need someone to perform the ceremony. I know my guy. Spark plug. I forgot about that. Yo, hold up. Is Chris Craven drinking milk?
shut up, Gunny.
that's what goes with cookies.
Milk. And we get back up there. Okay. I'll bring a present and I'll be a referee. Okay. That's good. Excellent stuff.
But
So-
here, this is one thing. These are the 3 out of the 5 people I've picked to be my best man, and one of them is James. I've talked to him about it. James, if you still are up for it, I would love you to be at my wedding and be one of my best men. My second best man is because my dad couldn't be there because my dad was going to be my number one best man. He taught me everything I needed to know about, growing up and dealing with what life throws at you. Is going to be my brother Mike, and the third one is going to be Fierce Danger. Fierce Danger is going to be one of my best men. I've kind of talked to him about it. He's probably forgotten by now. But I'm looking for 2 more. But yeah, like this is like being away from wrestling aspect of this talk show, me just being me, like my life in the past month. I mean, I've had my tailspin and I've had my straightforwards. And some of it's been rocky, some of it's been the most success and happiness I've had in all my life. And I want, as you said, to turn a new leaf. I don't want to be one. I'm still going to be an asshole. I'm not going to cap. That's in my nature. It's in my blood. But I'm not. I'm focused on the main picture, and that is, my girl and my wrestling career. That's what I'm mostly focused on. I'm not here to start beef. I'm not here to talk down onto someone. I want to go straight forward with my life and do what I need to do to accomplish everything that I've set out to do. And for all the guys that have been with me through this, no one said you're either.
I might give him a vote. He's Jackson Law.
There's a little history behind that, but we'll get into that at a different time.
Okay, another place.
But like, I feel like at 22 years old, you know, getting my life straight and working so hard to get where I am now and proving a lot of people wrong has made it to where it's opened my eyes a lot more. And, you know, I don't know what you're shaking your head for, probably because Omen's making faces like
no, hold on. Don't do it to prove people wrong. Do it for you. Don't do it for other people.
I'm looking at my cat.
Yeah.
But not prick.
Okay, so here.
Do the work, grind, stay humble, keep your ears and your eyes open.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
You're a young guy. You got time, dude. You can do it. Do the work.
Like here's a little. As I stated, going into this isn't me. You know, I was in character for a minute, but this is me just being like real life me at this point. And this is what the whole show was supposed to be about. Was, you know, I came as growing up. You know, I was the misfit, or as y'all's generation would say, the black sheep of the family. I was the one that, you know, no one believed in. Everyone said that I was going to go down the same path as my sperm donor, as my uncles, as my family. And, you know, for a while, it looked like I was about to head down that way. And wrestling is what saved me. Wrestling saved me from doing all that, from going down those paths. And that's the number one reason why I'm so dedicated to it, is wrestling saved me from tragedy. And since it saved me from tragedy, now it's my turn and my time to turn wrestling into my life, my lifestyle, everything. And I have guys like Chris to give me words of wisdom, James to give me words of wisdom. Omen, respectfully, you've been in here less than me, so I can't ask for words of wisdom, but you're a good fucking friend. I will give you that. You're a really cool dude behind the scenes. You are a chill guy to talk to. It's all right. You, like, a lot of these people that I've met through these years, again, whether you love me or you hate me, I've met some interesting people. I've created bonds with a lot of these people. And, you know, I want to continue to do that. You know, it's my time to shine. It really is. And
all right. Well, you know what?
That's my goal.
I'm not buying that.
Well, we're going to certainly find out. I'll tell you that much here. Obviously, let's hope it is a born-again Anthony Steele, a promise of a new day. Let's hope that you have changed and turned over a new leaf. We will see what the future brings for you. We'll see you in the ring coming up September 9th against the Foundation, it seems to be. The Danger Club and the Foundation. We also have this big tryout possibly that we could be seeing here in the future. Stay tuned for more details on the big news is next year, the real deal becomes a married man. It is a real, true love story as Anthony Steele is getting married, and he announced that here live on Sportzwire Radio. So
I want to say one thing. I even said this at my own sister's wedding. I said, you know what? I'm happy you're getting married, but every day y'all are gonna die little by little.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say this: if it's my time, it's my time. But I'm gonna go out happy.
You know, my dad wasn't happy when I said that speech at my sister's wedding. He always had.
And this is why we're not giving you a microphone in mine. So that's the best part.
Well, I guess that's something that I'm sure we'll definitely see, or maybe not.
We all know who can do the promos here.
Well, that is definitely true. That's why you're our coach. You
Luke
definitely.
Cannon.
Well,
Yep.
I was gonna say Craven Rage actually, but hey, you know what?
Most certainly ain't
Craven
gunshot.
Rage. Low key. Hey, I'm gonna bring just a tad piece.
You can't see it, but there's a window right here.
Craven Rage versus Gunshot. I want to see that.
Hey, I'm like Gunshot. There's a window right here.
I don't know about that. I think Craven Rage right now is the backyard nightmare and the ruler of the WC yard. So after what we saw yesterday, he's back.
First of all,
Make it a
the
triple
backyard-
threat.
hey.
Make it a triple threat and throw loose cannon in there.
The match would be kind of ridiculous. None of them sell.
Okay, let's move on. We've changed a new leaf here. Let's get to closing thoughts here, because obviously we've pretty much got to the main points from Anthony Steele. I'm going first with you, Coach Chris Craven. I want to give you the opportunity for some closing thoughts. Obviously, always love having you on here. Really enjoyed these insights, and I have a good feeling I'm going to see it more this week coming up, because I have several shows ahead. I think I have one spot. Maybe I'll see you with Mr. Titan. I think that's one that people are going to certainly want to tune in for. So I give you the floor. Anything else you want to plug, share, say, Coach? And I hope the cookies were good, and fire away.
Oh, they're damn good. They're damn good. You know, you just got to shoot me that schedule, boss. I'll show up.
I don't know what the schedule is right now because I'm still sick. So
I know.
I'll let you know.
I'd say this, dude. Get your push, man. Take it. Be smart about it. Wedding, marriage. Been married twice.
Yikes.
Either one of them went well, but you'll figure it out, man. Just remember, work with each other, communicate. You'll get there. Just don't quit. Neither one of you quit. You'll get it. As far as Summer Bash goes, put that out of your mind right now. If you're available and it works, if it goes that direction, fine. But me, Summer Bash, the rest of the backyard shows, until you have something concrete with this tryout, I wouldn't even worry about it right now, to be honest with you. And I know that may piss people off because you may be booked or whatever, but ultimately that's the coup de grace, right? That's the top. And if you can get a foot in that door, don't forget where you came from, but your priorities change. You know, like if you get your foot in that door, you don't want to do anything to mess it up. And don't worry about backyard shows. If it works, if it doesn't work and they don't take you the first time, I'd say try again every time you can and continue on your path with the backyard and the indie shows. Only time will tell. I mean, how old are you? You early 20s, mid 20s? 22. Dude, you're young, man. You still got some time. Keep trying if it don't work the first time. But if it does work the first time, get it. Like,
I need to get rid of this. That's my main focus.
Yes, and there were people saying that in the comments section. So that's going to be certainly something that you should.
Come on now, they took, and a lot of people never took this, but people don't know this, but there was a time when even James Ellsworth, and I know this because he lives in Maryland. I do know him.
Absolutely.
He was thought he'd never, ever, 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 ever get the opportunity. He was going to be an indie person for the rest of his life. Look what happened to him. He's not the best looking. He's not the best built. Hell, he's practically hired based off the way his chin looks. But they used him, and he went good.
He's got two of the biggest wins anybody could ever have in their career. Two of the biggest wins anybody could ever have. I mean, think about it.
Ellsworth is a great guy. He's a great guy, well-deserving. I say anybody that puts the work in, puts the grind in, deserves a shot at least once. At least one opportunity to show what you got. I mean, that's just me. But other than that, dude, keep doing your thing. You just have to let us all know what happens with that, so we know what to do. Whether you're coming to backyard shows or we're getting Raw or SmackDown tickets at will call.
Well said on all that, and obviously that's why we love the coach Chris Craven, who's having his milk and cookies.
I was nice tonight. I was very nice tonight.
No, we were good. I think yesterday we had some of the fun with you, and we kind of had some of those fireworks yesterday when we saw a number of characters. And Open Black, it's your show, so I want to give you the floor for your closing thoughts. Anything else you want to plug, share, or say? And I know I'll definitely be seeing you very soon again on Sportswire because, again, it is your show. So the floor is yours.
Don't shake your head, James. I was about to give you a compliment, you son of a bitch.
Homer's gonna be nice. Oh shit.
Anthony, congratulations on getting engaged. You know, just don't fuck it up like my parents did. But anyways, Anthony, I'm proud of you for the tryout. You know, seeing someone get a call up, that's fun to see and that's nice to see. James, I'm proud of you for getting to the Indies. You put a lot of hard work in. Proud of you. I know that doesn't mean much. You met me last year, but you know what? Good job. Chris, you're cute. But anyway.
You know, I'd have you stay out of my personal affairs.
Ryan Romantic, from LMFP. You know, I see you still ducking me, still not answering to my call-outs multiple weeks, but I guess I'll see you at LMFP this coming up weekend. And IMF live show November 4th in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, the first ever live show, and hopefully more to come.
I definitely think that there will be, and you can follow the IMF on Instagram at IMF_wrestling, YouTube IMF Wrestling 666, where they'll be very soon obtaining 1,500 YouTube subscribers. So join the movement, support them, or else the foundation will come after you, unless you have some money like Nicholas Crenton did. So stay tuned.
One thing before you move on.
Yes,
I think Summer Bash needs to be a live show. And Bryce, you need to be the live broadcaster.
Yeah, I'm in. I mean, I'm in. I'm in. Just don't feed me focaccia bread like I had Wednesday night. Somebody fed me focaccia bread, and I have 2.5 days. I feel like I can't eat for 2.5 days.
You made it to where like Summer Bash is gonna be a 3-day event.
Okay, so fair enough. We'll definitely be there, and we'll certainly, I'm sure, if we have the internet capabilities, we can definitely do that.
Let me just say this. Anyone who wants to be part of Summer Bash, contact IMF or DKW and let us know.
I got a female wrestler that's training. You guys got to find her an opponent.
Oh, Chris, I'll see you in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me move on.
No, him and I are meeting with DKW in March.
Okay, very good. DKW Wrestling also on YouTube as well. The Nemesis James Taylor, you know I always love having your closing thoughts here for the audience. Anything you want to plug, share, or say, obviously you definitely know the drill. I'm definitely looking forward maybe to some promo classes to see it you post on Instagram, maybe some Nemesis session shows ahead. Whatever you got doing, plug it, and the floor is yours.
Definitely stay tuned to the Nemesis sessions. Got a couple of guests lined up for next week. Those guys from Australia reached out to me. I'm going to be on their little podcast with
Mr. Ace Reed. Yep.
So pretty cool cats. Check them out. They do their stuff on Instagram, but I'm going to try and download it and upload it to my channel, maybe. Or we'll find a way to get it live for everybody else. Anthony, congratulations on all that, and best future luck to you with everything. But hey, just like Chris said, anybody else, you know, be respectful. You're going to go in there for a tryout. If you do, you know, if you go in there for a tryout, be humble, keep them ears open and listen to everything and everybody and what they've got to say. Yeah, we could talk a lot of trash to each other, but I mean, honestly, I think I not to try and take a lot of credit, but I think I've taught you a little bit of what you know now. But always listen. You can learn something from anybody any day of the week. I'm still learning. I'm learning to this day. You know.
Spoke about that with Joel Cobra on Thursday's show. Joel Cobra's father was a legendary wrestler in England, and he was telling me that he goes to training still. He trains and he learns new things, and he was born into this business, born into it, second-generation wrestler, so everybody can learn.
I'm a first generation. I'm a first generation Taylor.
Okay.
My my number one thing is like I already knew everything that y'all said. Going into here, be humble, keep your ears open, listen to everything and anything anyone has to say. My only thing is I'm gonna try so hard not to mark out. I'm not even gonna
Yeah,
count.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Because, like, so
You got to run off to the bathroom, rub one out, and go do it. Don't fucking mark out in front of all them people.
that's my thing. But like, I think right now, joking about it. Oh, I'm gonna try so hard not to mark out. It's funny to me, but I think once I go into there, my number one thing that I want to do is show them what I can do. Like Chris said, prove to them that I have the endurance to do this and the passion to do this. And that's my number one thing. I'm going to listen to anything and everything they have to say, even if they say no. And they just tell me, hey, why don't you do this? Try this out. All that. I'm gonna take every ounce of words of wisdom and put it into my arsenal and go back and do it. That's my number one thing. And yeah, everyone that is here, everyone that is watching me, that's supporting me, stay tuned. I'll keep everyone posted. And yes, Chris, I will. If I come to Maryland, I'll get you tickets so you can come watch. No, like here, little side thing.
Don't worry about all that, man. Worry about you right now.
I told my family this because my brother called me right after I did it, and then the first thing that comes out of my mom's mouth was, "You better get me tickets for when you come." I was like, "Mom, calm down. Like, I'm not even there yet. Like, I haven't even been hit up yet. It's been like 5 minutes since I put the application in."
Well, you're gonna put you through developmental. They're gonna put you through NXT. They're gonna make you grind. Man, they're gonna bust your ass like boot camp. You just got to be ready for it.
And we're going to be ready to follow Anthony Steele on Instagram at Anthony_Steele27510. That is Anthony_Steele27510. Taft Taylor on YouTube, Taft_Taylor on Instagram and TikTok, IMF Wrestling 666 on YouTube, IMF_Wrestling on Instagram. Gentlemen, I'm sure I'll see most of you guys very soon. Mr. Steele, I'm very happy about this new leaf that you've turned. It's definitely promise of a new day. In this case, we hope to see you on here very soon. Congratulations on all the announcements. Also, that First Blood Championship as well. Winning another title, very, very important that you've won more gold. Get to continue to promote that as well. Yep. All right, guys. I got 60 seconds.
No, you're good. Hey, Omen, this is directed straight to you. I need you to go back and tell Soulja, the guy that says, "Oh, I'm titleless." Hey, baby, how you doing? Don't run your mouth, because I'm out here making moves, buddy.
Where'd you buy it?
Tell Soulja. Where'd I buy it? Oh, I didn't buy it.
Well, technically, Soulja and Omen do have gold. They're the co-intergalactic Jovi's Vlog champions. So technically, they do have gold, though.
My thing is, I don't care.
Wait. The what championship?
It's a meaningless championship.
They've got championship, though. It's the Intergalactic Jovi's Vlog Championship. They're the co-intergalactic Jovi's Vlog champions. So technically,
I think it's still on fire right now.
Technically, Soulja and Omen have gold. That's not fair.
And here, this is me being humble.
I burned it the other day.
When I say this is directed again to my followers, my people, my friends. This isn't mine. This is all of ours. This is proof. No, this is proof that a guy that a lot of people said couldn't do it, a guy that thought to himself that he couldn't do it, I did it. All y'all can.
Yo, Anthony, I did it. Yo, Adrian, I did it. Yo, Anthony, I did it. Well, you definitely did it. We'll see if that story continues to unfold. Anthony_Steele27510. Gentlemen, I know we'll be doing this again this week. For most of you on here, Anthony, congratulations on all the news. We look forward to maybe speaking about that here more on Sportswire Radio, and enjoy the rest of the weekend. And Soldier says his fiance bought it off AJ. On that note,
Hey, as Will Smith says, don't put my wife's name in your fucking mouth. Keep her out.
well,
You're
on-
kind of paraphrasing there a little bit, but
well, on that note, we're going to certainly move on here and let people go off and enjoy what's left of the weekend. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, the man behind Sportswire Radio, your voice of all wrestling, and alongside me was the real deal, Anthony Steele, who is now going to get, hopefully, a tryout in WWE in the near future. He's now the First Blood champion, and he is also now getting married next year. We're here with the legendary Nemesis James Taylor of New South Pro Wrestling, Mr. Omen Black, who, of course, this is his show here on Sportswire. He's one half of the Intergalactic Joby's Vlog Champions. He's the real deal. He's also from the Foundation, LLC, IMF, and also the legendary.
That's gimmick infringement. That's gimmick infringement.
The real Coach Chris Craven. Some would say the real Craven. Thank you, everybody. Stay tuned tomorrow for more details on announcements for ACT and the Atomic Titan. And I may have a show tomorrow, but I don't know how I'm going to hold up. So we'll see. Until then, have a great night. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. The number one global radio station that is Sportswire